Good morning and welcome to the Real McKoy. Oh, that's my name. Huh. Wonder where they got that saying from. Anyway, we have a lot to talk about today. I had a lot of conversations yesterday, a lot of questions. Karen, this one's for you. I was talking with my sister, and I don't think I'm going to keep a straight face through this one, so I'll definitely be smiling, if not laughing my ass off on this one. But everything from sleep to performance in long distances, which, Joe, I really don't care about those guys. Talking about fueling for long distance, and if there's a big difference between running marathons and 10,000s and sprints, and yeah, there is, but those guys who do those distances are crazy anyway, so eat what you want. Questions from even my ex-father-in-law, which I love my ex-in-laws. They're such great people. I get along with them so well. So we're going to talk about, sort of my journey on beginning to end, how I got there, and how I keep doing what I'm doing at this stage of my life. I really haven't changed much. A lot of people say, this is what I do for a living. This is not what I do. This is who I am. And I think that's why I was relatively successful. So some tips and tricks on how I got there and what to do. And it's not that difficult. What else? Oh, my partner in crime, Mr. Max Domi. For those of you who are not from this planet, or at least from Canada, professional NHL hockey player. And he sent me a whole bunch of questions. So we'll be getting into some of those, a long list, so we'll break this stuff up. Questions on sleep, which is super important. It affects everything we do, from performance, health, weight loss, body composition. It is so overlooked. So we won't get into all this today because it's just way too much. We'll try to break this up as much as we can. What else? Anyway, let's get to it. So, my sis. See me smiling, Karen? I was rolling on the floor for, I don't know, an hour with her last night. She is, I have the best family in the world. I'm sure a lot of you have great families. We are so close. I have 5 brothers and sisters. Being brought up in England, born in Guyana, but brought up in England. We lived in a small 3-bedroom house. My parents obviously had a bedroom, and my 2 sisters had a bedroom, and then there's 4 of us, 4 boys. We had a bedroom. So, we were pretty compact and close, but I don't ever remember having a fight where, we can talk about everything. We have our own opinions, obviously. But we get along so great to this day. Love them to death. In saying that, people talk about genetics, and we had this discussion last night. And I love you dearly, darling. I know she's listening. We're actually going to do a live. So I don't know when that's going to be. Hopefully before Christmas sometime, where you can actually ask questions online. As you know how it works, I have no idea. I'm such a dummy when it comes to all this technology stuff. And I don't want to know it any better. So we're talking about, food, obviously, and timing, and I can say this because it's COVID and they can't come to my house and beat me up. But my family's not the fittest family or healthiest family in the world, okay? So we were talking about, dinner and snacks. Number one, snacks. People always ask, so what do we snack on? Don't snack, okay? Snacking was never a thing until probably the 80s. Nobody snacked. And all these, again, I can't send these bodybuilders with their, eating 6 times a day. No wonder you're fat most of the time. Come on. You have to give your body a break from eating. We used to eat 3 meals a day. I eat 2. The biggest contributor to your health is giving your body a break from eating food. It's like training. You can't train all the time. Well, I do, but I'm not from this planet. You can't train all the time. You have to recover from your training. So in my opinion, I've always said this, there's no such thing as overtraining. It's just that people don't recover. There's under recovery. So you have to make sure that, there's a balance with food, with training, and with sleep. Everything in your body is a balance. Hormones, everything balances each other out. So you gotta look at all these different things. So we were talking about, what was she talking about last night? The snacks, and she goes, well, what about popcorn? I mean, there's basically no calories in it. Number one, I don't eat corn. Corn is, sprayed with all types of chemicals. One of the, there's canola, there's corn, there's soy. All these things are sprayed with glyphosate. Monsanto, biggest corrupt company in the world. Anyway, but we all know that. So I don't eat corn. I don't touch corn. Even popcorn, doesn't matter. It's all more than just calories and sugar. There's all these, like I said, pesticides and things that disrupt your hormonal system, which, people think it's healthy, but you're actually slowly killing yourself, poisoning yourself. Love her dearly. I love you, sis. What about caramel corn? Are you serious? So we went on to talk about, she was going to have dinner, and it was getting late. And she goes, well, that's really not any calories in between dinner and the time you go to bed. I'm like, well, why do you even need a snack between dinner and bedtime? It's not that long. It's not that much time. I can't even remember half the things we're talking about. It was just, I was rolling on the floor, and so was she. And then she said, okay, you know what? At least I'm happy. I'd rather be fat and die young and happy than be miserable like you. So I love you too, sis. I'm gonna cut it off today at that. We didn't really talk about anything. As I said, there's a lot more to talk about, but it's getting too long. I thought it was so funny, our conversation last night, and it's just, you gotta be happy. And eating and being a little overweight makes my family happy. So stay happy. Have your caramel corn. I'll see you tomorrow.